I'm Alex Dunne, F2 driver for Road Motorsport.
What was your first memory of saying I want to be a race car driver and I really mean it?
My dad was a racing driver, and then at the track closest to my home in Dello Park, my mum used to work there as well, so that's how they met. So motorsport's kind of always been a very big family thing.
Yeah.
And I kind of just remember as a young age, I think one weekend my dad was racing and he put me on his lap in his car and took me around for a lap, and he let me do the steering wheel, and I thought I was the coolest kid in the world at the age of 4. So yeah, it's always been a very big thing for me. I had a pretty good idea early on of what I wanted to do. I tried all the numerous different sports that you do as a kid coming up through school.
Yeah.
And I either didn't enjoy it or I wasn't very good. So for me, this was always the obvious choice and something I enjoyed the most.
Yeah.
So I kind of always knew it's what I wanted to do.
Growing up watching your dad, did you feel intimidated once you decided that's what you wanted to do?
I wouldn't say intimidated, more excited.
Yeah.
I think, I remember people talking about my dad and, telling me like, oh, your dad's a very good driver, different things like that. So I kind of more admired the fact that, I want to be like that one day.
Yeah.
I think I've been very fortunate that I've got to go to a much higher level and, have much more opportunity of fulfilling my dream to what he had.
Yeah.
But I think for me, it was more admiration rather than intimidation.
That's fair. That's good. I think that's a healthy way to look at it. Have you enjoyed sharing it with your dad and sharing your career and, as you said, getting to go a little bit further?
Yeah, of course. I think he's always been there and has always helped me.
Yeah.
And I think the relationship that we've ended up developing through motorsport is something that I'm very proud to have. I think we're very close.
Yeah.
And he's always with me at every race. If I ever need advice, he's always there for me. And I think I've always said as well that whenever I have kids in the future, I'd love to share the same thing with them that I've shared with my dad. So
that's very sweet.
I think for me, it's very nice to have him with me every weekend.
That's awesome. Last thing to close it out, if you could give your younger self a piece of advice, what would it be?
I think probably keep chipping away. I think definitely there's been many times as a kid where I definitely didn't think I'd get anywhere near to who I am and where I am today. And I think there's many moments I remember in karting where I probably thought my racing career was close to being finished for numerous different reasons. So I think just keep chipping away at it and doing what you're doing, and then eventually it'll all come pretty good.
That's great. That's a good piece. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Thank you very much.